Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning.
I want you to know how amazingly impressed and grateful I am for all of you. This is no small thing what you've done in the last few weeks. When I was here last month, we were at the other site. You weren't really sure whether you were coming here. It wasn't quite for certain yet. All this work needed to be done to make it happen. Here we are. This is your second Sunday in the new space. How's it feel? Are you enjoying it? Does it feel good? I was thinking about it, and Jamie and I spoke about it a moment ago. This is the fourth location that I've been with you all. And over the years. And what it is, it's a testament to that we carry the sanctuary with us, right? It goes with us. It's not the space. It's when we walk in the door and the heart and the mind and spirit that we bring with us that is expressing through us. And you all are amazing examples of that, of moving forward, moving to the next space. And this may not be the last place that you are. There's probably another place. But the sanctuary, the spirit, the love, the community, the connection goes with you wherever you are. And I just want to be really mindful of that this morning and grateful. You got it all pulled together before Christmas. I mean, this is just no small thing. Mark, pulling together all this. I mean, this is amazing any day of the week, right? And Cindy holding it all together, Marianne, all of you who I know have been working really hard to make this happen. And so I just want to tell you, I'm just really, really grateful. Now that I found it, I'm really grateful. It really wasn't that bad at all. I only made one wrong turn and recovered. So, thank you. The scenic route, yes. I'm learning more about Bremerton, and this is good. This is a good thing. So it's the holiday time. Does it feel like the holiday time? Are you getting into it? A lot of folks have a lot going on. Have you noticed that? Maybe some of you do. We're kind of turned upside down at Unity of Whidbey right now. And that is because one of our members of the community, who is a very beloved member of the community, who is a woman, a young woman about my age, maybe a little younger. She's a musician and a teacher, and she does music for us on a regular basis, and was about to participate in the Christmas time and the solstice time and with music and sharing and all of that. And very vibrant, very healthy, vibrant person. And in the beginning of October, she started to have some strange symptoms that she never had before. And to make a long story short, she found out that she had stage 3 brain cancer. And she now is in hospice after not having a clue the beginning of October. And so it's a shock, a huge shock. And I've had the blessed opportunity to spend some time with her in conversation and just being together. And she said to me, and I wanted to share this with you. She said, you know, for the most part, I'm doing okay. She said, what I notice is that when I can be in this moment, I'm okay. I'm not feeling anger. I'm not feeling resentment. I'm not going, why me? You know, why? I have this whole life. She has this wonderful, devoted partner. She has a beautiful life. She travels around the world. She has an amazing life experience. And she says, when I'm in the present moment, she said, I can do this. And she said, what I realize is that all the time that we spend outside of the present moment, we still only have the present moment. And that's where the suffering is. Do you get that? That's where the struggle is. And she said, when I allow it, I realize that each moment of now has within it everything I need to be who I really am. If I allow it, if I can be present in it, I can inhabit the moment with who I am and letting that be, and not regretting the past and worrying about the future, which we spend so much time doing. She said, when I can just stay present, she said, there's a peace that I feel, that I know that it's all okay, that it doesn't matter why, when, how, who, what, it doesn't matter. And it's when I creep out of the present moment is that it's when it's tough. And so she sends that gift to us this day as we move in to this precious time of year that you guys have done such work to get everything together so you could have this time together here in your new space. To be really present. And then with whatever we're dealing with, whatever it is, that the answer, the solution exists in this moment of now. It doesn't exist in the past. It doesn't exist in the future. It exists right now. And I think I mentioned this last year at the holiday time. I can't remember, but it bears repeating. So I'll share it again. In the Christmas story that we're also very familiar with, we all know it by heart. We probably shared it excuse me, with our loved ones a million times. We all know it. We know the story of Joseph and Mary going back to Bethlehem. They had to go back there because they were taking a census. The government was taking a census, and everybody had to return to where they were born to be counted. That was the deal, and that's what everybody was doing. And so in the story, Joseph and Mary arrive in Bethlehem, and what do they find out? There's no room at the inn. And this is a big deal because Mary's going into labor. She's pregnant with Jesus, and she's going into, oh goodness, thank you, you're so kind. You know, I've been coughing for weeks, months, years, I don't know. Thank you, dear. Anyway, they arrive, and there's no room at the inn. And I was thinking, sitting with that, and I suddenly realized the metaphysical message in that. That when we move back into the past, there's no room for the Christ presence to be born. When we go back into what was, there's no room for the truth of us. Do you get it? Have you ever thought of it that way before? There's the message right there. Traveling back in time to the way it used to be, back in the Christmases when we used to do it like this, or where people who have left this life were at the table, and it was this way and it was that way, and it's never been the same since. I know none of you have ever thought any of those thoughts or said anything like that. But in any way, I'm sure he doesn't care. Bless you, Daryl. All the stuff that draws us and pulls us back. It used to look like this. It used to be that. When so-and-so was here. And not that we don't want to remember fondly and with great joy and gratitude those people or those experiences. Of course we do. But don't let those memories fill up your present so that you can't be in the present. Because if you can't be in the present, you have no access to the blessings that the present has for you. You can't access the presence of the present. Do you get it? It's like there's no presents under the tree for you. Horrid thought. No presents, those beautiful presents, and none have your name on them? No. But that's the thing, my friend. My friends, this is the thing. This is what happens in our relationships. When we're posturing and dancing and playing games with people and all that stuff. Do you know what that all is? It's us trying to be in relationship with someone on a level that we haven't given to ourselves yet. We're trying to be something, or we're trying to take something from them that we haven't given to ourselves. We're operating at a deficit. Do you see what I mean? Do you get it? Questions or comments about that? Because it's important.
Can't give away what you don't have.
Exactly. You can't give away what you don't have. And so very often in this life, we are operating from an empty place. And that's what causes us to be resentful. Oh, if I have to do this again, oh my God, they're always asking me. The thing of it is, the reason it feels exhausting all the time is because we're not filling ourselves up first. We're trying to give from an empty place. What happens in your car when you try to do that? You don't get anywhere. Right? Why do you think we would be any different? And so we give. Remember we talked a few weeks back about spirituality, a Swiss cheese spirituality with holes in it. The quality of what we're sharing with those we love is not at the level of what our heart truly wants to express.
Strings attached.
There's all kinds of strings attached. And we can't let those we love be who they truly are. We need them to do this or be that or to look like this, sit this way or use this tone or don't use that tone or whatever. Because we're not filled inside, so we're looking out there to get filled. And trust me, there'll never be enough. There will never be enough. Because that's not where it is. That's why people who are social climbers, who like to buy all the toys and all the stuff and keep buying and keep doing, and there's got to be a bigger house and a bigger, fancier car and a bigger this and a bigger that. There's never enough. There never would be enough. Why? Because that's not what really fills us. It can't. So people that suffer with addictions, all kinds of addictions, whether it's sugar or smoking or alcohol or sex or whatever it is, there's never enough. Because the hole that we're trying to fill with the sugar, the sex, the whatever it is, it can't get filled with that. It doesn't work. It's a bottomless pit until we realize what's necessary to fill that hole. Do you know what it is?
Inside job.
It's an inside job.
Loving yourself.
Loving and accepting yourself, respecting yourself, letting go of the past, telling the inner critic to shut up. You're the only one who can. There's nobody else that can do that. Do you understand that? And these are the perfect gifts of Christmas. They don't cost anything. And it doesn't matter if you've got any tissue paper left. Right?
Or bows.
Or bows, yes.
Be your own best friend.
Be your own best friend. And that's what Jesus came to tell us. I come that you may have life and have life abundantly. The kingdom of God is where? Within. The secret to the truth of life, Jesus said, I've hidden it in a good place. You know where? In here. That is the perfect gift. We have to unwrap our relationship with ourselves. It's the greatest gift you could give to anyone else. Because once you don't need anything from them, you free them to be who they are. You free them to love you the way they want to love you, which is the most beautiful gift in the world. It's a new day, right? Questions or comments? There's so much of the grasping or suffering. And when my friend Lori said to me, I really get that when I'm in the past or in the future, I can't be there. And so it hurts. It's stressful. That's where our issues of stress, of pain, suffering come from. Do you get that? It's because we're trying to be somewhere we can't be. And what if we were to get that this year? Do you spend time with just the lights of the tree on and maybe a candle? And there's this amazing quiet. It's like none other. Do you let yourself, as you're being there with those lights and with that quiet, be there with you? Be there with you. That your celebration with the Christ child is with the birthing of you. As you do that, there's a tear coming out of Jesus' eye. He goes, finally. He gets it. She gets it. Finally. I came for you. That's the opportunity this year. It's been that always. But we're awake more than we were last year and the year before and the year before that, right? We don't need to make ourselves wrong. We don't need another club to beat ourselves with. Why didn't I get this before? We get it when we get it. All roads lead home. It takes as long as it takes. There's no stopwatch, no time limit. Spirit doesn't operate with time. We get it when we get it. And at the moment we do, welcome home. Welcome home. That's the opportunity we have, my dear friends. That's the perfect gift. If you're still wondering, most of you have your shopping done. Be honest.
Yeah.
Are you all done? Have you started?
Yep.
No. Okay. Well, I suppose you can get some of the best deals. I went past, I drove over from Kirkland today, so I came across the Tacoma Narrows, and there's a little shopping mall right there before you come across. Packed. It was 8:30. Packed. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this is a good time to shop. I don't know. If you're still wondering what the perfect gift might be, look in the mirror and say, I forgive you. I accept you. I love you. Thank you for bringing me here, where I am in this moment of now. And I'm grateful for all those who've been in my life, who I've loved dearly and I miss dearly. Thank you, God, for what they brought to our lives. Our Grandpa Don, who loved Christmas. Can you see that vest he always wore, his Christmas vest?
A horrible vest.
Scary.
I think he would have won any contest he was in around that. Grandpa Don, we miss you. And all those dear ones who have shared in this community. All how they've blessed us. We celebrate them, and we celebrate where they are now. Without the limitations, without the suffering. And all those who we miss, if we were to ask them, if I would run around with a microphone and saying, excuse me, could we have a moment of your time? We have a question for you. We're doing a survey, and we'd like to know if you could give a greeting to those you left on planet Earth, what would you want to tell them about Christmas this year? What would they say? Do you have an idea? Anybody? What do you think they'd say?
I love you.
Yeah, love you.
I love
Yeah.
you.
Love more.
Love more.
Love one another.
Love one another.
That's all there is.
It's all there. That's all there is. Indeed.
Do it now.
Do it now.
That was a message that keeps running through my brain when I was assistant to the co-founder of LifeSpring, and his wife ultimately had a brain aneurysm, and she couldn't control any of the functions, even her eyes or words or anything. But so we brought groups into the house where they could be at the mansion there in San Francisco, and her mind was good, so she was a part of. And then when everybody said, what would be your message to us? And that was her words, do it now.
Do it now. And fully experience the moment, which is the same thing. Do it now. Be present now. Allow it now. The past does not matter anymore. It doesn't. Not to diminish your experience. That's not what it's about. You walked where you walked, and I always say, everybody in here is a walking miracle. There's no question about it. But we let go of it now to give more room for who we are fully. What's available to us fully now. And those dear ones would say, love is all there is, and be fully in it. Enjoy it. Be in joy. Lori, our friend at the church who's in hospice now, she said, I want you to enjoy this. Don't be sad this Christmas. What I need from you is for you to have the best Christmas ever. That's what I really want. Don't be in sadness. Be in celebration of what we have shared. Knowing that as I release myself to be fully in the moment, all that I've shared with Lori, or we've shared with Grandpa Don, or whoever you're thinking of, is in us. And we'll never leave. We'll never leave. Could never leave. It's who we are. So let's take a few moments. Breathe. Be comfortable in your chair and just breathe and be present. Be present here. This is the new space for who knows how long. Weeks, months, years, we don't know. We're just fully present in today. And we're grateful for it. And we're grateful for, excuse me, for everything we did to get to this moment, because a lot has been done. Excuse me, I apologize. So much has been done. So if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. And I think all of us here can remember back. Do you remember the Ajax white tornado? Do you remember that? Yes. Oh, we modern people. Products of advertisement memes. But it's actually a good one. The Ajax white tornado. Anytime we move into a new space that we're dedicating as a sanctuary for our soul, our spiritual community, we're going to give it a little energetic cleansing first. So I invite you to see that Ajax white tornado. And you can start anywhere and just have it move through from one corner of the room down to the next corner, to the next corner, to the next corner, and then into the middle, and just see it scrubbing the energies, sparkling clean. Creating a new space, feathering a new nest, letting go of the past, blessing every part of it. Scrubbing, 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 sparkling. And when it's done, it disappears, leaving behind a new beginning, a new space. Our sanctuary for the soul, our spiritual community. And from here, all things are possible. And we say, yes, let there be light. Let there be love. Let there be divine order. Let there be kindness and compassion. Let there be healing and wholeness. Let there be oneness. And in this oneness, in our sanctuary of spirit, you may be reminded of someone who could really use the love and light, divine order, compassion in this moment. That whatever's going on for them, they might be challenged right now. This may not be their first thought. And because we're all one, we can hold the truth of them for them. Maybe they could use a white tornado energetically in their circumstances. If there's anyone that comes to mind, maybe it's who you would, if you were lighting candles today, light a candle for. Or maybe you wrote a prayer request. If it feels comfortable, say their names aloud right now so that we can hold them with you.
Candy, Tim, and Garlic.
We hold these dear ones, and we hold our entire spiritual community. We hold every being that comes through these doors in love and light. We hold all those they love and all those perceived enemies. We hold them all in love and light. And as we hold them, as we charge all life with love, with kindness, with compassion, with forgiveness, all life is lifted up. And for the opportunity to be reminded of the truth of us in oneness, in divine love, in divine light, we are grateful. And so it is. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.